Contract rebel Zac Lomax and his last signed club, the Parramatta Eels, are taking their standoff to the courts, with player and club now due to start legal action at the Supreme Court from February 12. The Eels are expected to issue subpoenas to Lomax's agent, Clinton Tchaikovsky, as well as his lawyer, Rami Katami, and the Melbourne Storm, for them to speak on the deal between Lomax and Parramatta last year. Also on the docket will be Melbourne's approach, where the Southern powerhouse told the Eels they'd pay them $200,000 for Lomax. Eels chairman Matthew Beach confirmed that the club had started legal proceedings, and that it was disappointed things had come to that after mediation failed to produce a resolution the Sydney club was happy with. The deal had originally been signed between the State of Origin winger and his second NRL club. He had originally left the St George Illawarra Dragons 2 years earlier, that said he could leave to play rugby in R360, though that comp then fell through. Lomax then allegedly spoke to the Storm about immediately joining them for 2026. February's legal action will revolve around what the Eels claim is an attempt by Lomax to breach the terms he signed in 2025 by trying to play for a rival club this year, spurred on by the fact that he may have been speaking to Melbourne about a playing spot. Lomax's deal with the Eels had stipulated he couldn't join another NRL team before 2028. All that being said, Parramatta does still seem to be happy to let him join the Storm in 2026 and beyond if they get something of equal value, that being a star player who similarly represents his state in origin or plays for his country. However, when those conversations fell through, Parramatta began looking into legal action to make sure Lomax honours his arrangements. In a summary of the case for Justice Michael Slattery, Parramatta's lawyer Arthur Moses said Lomax had informed the Eels it was his dream to sign for R360 before the competition had become a bit of a mirage. It was agreed that it was in the interests of both parties to deal with the matter quickly, as Lomax had been very eager to play rugby union. Also noteworthy, Beach told the media last Thursday that the Eels would also consider a deal for technically unsigned Lomax from any of the other 15 clubs in the comp, as long as that deal was beneficial for Parramatta. The sporting base hasn't yet heard about any approaches from any other teams for Lomax.